All I can say is this. What we're going to talk about is going to be something that we're going to hear more and more about on a continuous basis because athletes are looking to get themselves compensated for their name, image, and likeness. This is something that you've heard me speak about time and time again. Athletes are looking for that place where they can get a little financial stability as far as their talents, what they're able to bring to a team, and what they're able to do as far as with making sure they position that team in at the right time, at the right time and place during a game where they need to be out there on the field in order to make a play for that team to secure the victory. Well, we got that, and we got a young man, we got a mammoth of a man that just touched down at a program that I'm sitting here like, whoa, this is going to be interesting because they're trying to get that running game going so that next season when they get out there and play and it's crunch time, they can they can run that clock down a little bit with their running game. And I think this young man might be a true integral piece that can help them get this done, especially after some of the things I've already seen as far as with the team itself, the coach over there, he's building. But guys, we're going to go ahead, we're going to cut out all the smack. We're going to get on into this thing right now. We're going to get straight to what's going on. Because I'm like, Coach, what the heck you talking about? Just give it to us. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. You know it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share these videos, and tap me in the free to tell them to come on in. It's not a positive vibe. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get on in this thing. Because I'm like, Coach, what you got brewing over there? Listen, break this down for you real quick and fast. I got to be honest with you. Looking at what just took place here, what just hit the timeline, on social media, I'm thrown on this one. I mean, got to give it up to the young man for deciding he's going to take a chance on himself and go ahead and get out there and do something different. And not only that, but as a big fella coming into the program, that's going to pay huge dividends for their rushing attack this upcoming season. Guys, like I said before, we're all going to make decisions as far as where we're looking to go when it comes to playing college sports. Many of you athletes out there, you're going to be hit with a situation where you got to make up your mind. Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And a lot of times without the necessary people in your corner or a plan put in place, you kind of miss the mark and end up losing out substantially as far as what it is that you're looking to obtain and where you're trying to go. And I get it. Players are going to make the decision. They're going to want to move on, and that's fine. Last season, I got to be honest with you, looking at Clark Atlanta University, I went and watched those guys play the other day in their spring game against spring scrimmage against Morehouse. Phenomenal atmosphere. Got to see both teams get out there and compete. And both teams are looking to see exactly where they can build and what they need to do to get things rolling. Matter of fact, they had athletes out there on both sidelines that came in to watch the game itself to see exactly how they would fit into a program of that magnitude, be it Morehouse or Clark Atlanta. And guess what? Both coaches, Coach Mathis as well as Coach Keaton, they're going to get some phenomenal athletes that are going to come into their program. But as you gain, you have a tendency to lose as well. And I got to be real with you. This young man's going to walk about the program was truly a playmaker last season. Last season, under Wright, who's the quarterback for Clark Atlanta, he had two receivers. He had one receiver that was 1,000 yards. He had another receiver that was just barely under 1,000 yards. So just imagine the type of production that was going on within that Clark Atlanta offense last season. And just to think that if you got all of that coming back, minus Wright, who's not going to be the leading signal caller out there on the field, you got to ask yourself the question, hey, if Coach get a quarterback in there that can do some things, what exactly is going to happen? What exactly are they going to look like? Could they, mess around and run it back, get themselves back to the SIAC Championship game? I mean, it's only time to tell as far as what's going to go on. They got to play the games next season for us to find out. But yeah, that's the state of mind that we're in right now. But looking at the production of the receivers last season, the top two receivers on the team, you had one receiver caught 74 passes for 987 yards, 6 touchdowns, averaging 13.34 yards per catch. The other receiver, on the other hand, he caught 75 passes last season for 1,004 yards, 14 touchdowns with an average of 13.39 yards per catch. Now, that was Jones, who had 987 yards, and you had Harris, who caught 1,004 yards last season for the Clark Atlanta Panthers. The young man that's going to lead the program, I mean, this is going to shock you here, because this young man last season, he was named as the Division II, CCA Super Region 2 first team. Now, this young man play on the field. I mean, it earned an ESPN top 10 play nod last season with this catch that he made. I mean, it was a circus catch. I still don't understand how this young man was able to, get his body in position to catch that ball in the manner which he did. Salute to him for that. That was a touchdown score for the Clark Atlanta Panthers last season. But this young man definitely is a magician on the field when it comes to catching passes that are thrown to him by the quarterback out there on the field. So salute to him on that. But with that being said, you begin to look at things and understand that you're trying to position yourself to get to a bigger, better place. Not saying where he currently was at Clark Atlanta wasn't bigger and better, but right now with the House settlement that's coming down the pipe, everybody understands that they got to put themselves in position to get a chance to get an opportunity of getting that bag. The NIL money is serious. Universities being able to pay their college students, their college athletes is serious. That is something that everyone is looking to try to take advantage of, and we're going to see that transfer portal swell up even bigger than what it already is. And like I said before, I got to give this young man his props as far as with him wanting to go ahead and take his talents and move on. If you haven't guessed it already who I'm talking about none other than Armone Harris himself. He's decided that he's going to take his talents, jump to the transfer portal, and leave Clark Atlanta University. I believe he has one season left, if not 1 or 2 seasons left, as far as eligibility. So we're going to sit back and wait, see how this goes. I mean, like I said before, this young man is looking to get himself into a situation that's going to be beneficial for him. But as it always goes, you got bad news, and then you got good news. And in this instance, you got some good news that's coming in this thing. Well, actually, it's good news for both, because the young man's moving on to go try to play on Division I level, which is nothing wrong with that. But also, Coach Keaton got good news coming in this thing, where he got a 6'4", 300-pound mammoth coming in this bad boy. I'm talking about, Blindside is on his way to Clark Atlanta University. Yes, I said it. Blindside is on his way to Clark Atlanta University. This young man, Carl Eugene, is coming in from Armwood High School in Florida. This young man had an offer from Tuskegee. So I know the head coach over Tuskegee, he ain't loving this one, boy. If they lose out on a big fella like this, boy, let me tell you something. This young man is agile on his feet. He can pull from left to right. It's not going to be any problem with him getting out there on the field. Move him inside to a guard and just let this young man go to work. This young man being able to get out in front and lead the running backs down the field to get them extra yards, to keep them chains moving, as well as keep that clock running. Last season, I'm sure if Clark Atlanta could have in a couple of games where if the running game was intact like they needed it to be, they could have kept that clock rolling, keeping teams from getting back out there on the field and moving the ball down the field on them to put points up on the board and possibly win games. So salute to Coach Keaton on bringing this young man in. Like I said before, Eugene Carl is definitely a great pickup for the program. This young man can pull left to right, as well as he can get off the ball. I like how he gets out in front of the running backs. He seals off the defenders, keeping them from having a straight shot and trying to make a tackle on the runner that's holding onto the ball. This is going to be crazy to watch how all of this works. If Coach put him at a guard, good deal. He put him at a tackle, good deal. Like I said before, there's some things I did want to see a little bit more of as far as like his pass protection blocking, him having to kick back at that tackle position and see what he can do there. But I'm sure they're going to work with him at both spots, either the tackle or the guard. I'm sure 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to move him inside at a guard to keep those defensive linebackers as well as those defensive linemen from shooting that A-gap, trying to come over the head of that center, try to blow him up once he snapped the ball, especially if the quarterback is in the gun formation. So it's going to be something nice to watch with this team. But, guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing, but I do want to say congratulations to Carl Eugene coming into the program, as well as Armone Harris decided to take his talents and wanting to go test the waters, get out there in the transfer portal to try and make some things happen for himself on the next level. But guys, Coach gonna go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.